Good morning, everybody. It's Jenny. I'm back with another project share. So I'm still doing Christmas in July 2020 PHA challenge. So I explained it in a couple of videos before this, but you can always go to Christian's Crafty Adventures and she will explain to you the whole thing. She did a live and everybody was chatting on it. But basically, it's going to be the month of July and there's like scheduled things to work on, and it's just to help us all be ready for Christmas, because when it is Christmas it's usually very hectic, and because everybody's home right now, or more often home because it's we can't travel, then it's a good time to work on those things. So anyway, this is the first, like, I don't know if I want to say it's completed embellishments, but it's embellishments that I want to add stuff to. So I'll explain that. But I had to like create the bases like now, so that when it comes to Christmas time I won't be like all stressed trying to make like a million rosettes. So that's what I ended up doing. So what I did was, one day, I think it was probably Friday because I had Friday off, I actually just sat here and I cut strips, and then I pulled out all of my rosette dies and I just started die cutting. And that took me like a long time. But as you can see, I made a lot. Like, I guess I'm the type of crafter where it's not worth my time to just make one or two things. Like, if I'm gonna sit there and cut strips of paper to make rosettes, I'm gonna cut a lot. And I just kind of go through all my paper and say, oh yeah, I want this, 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 and this. And then I just cut like one or two of each. But it turns out to be quite a lot, because some of the rosettes, when you die cut it, you're getting like two instead of just one. So you come out with like at least 3 or 4 of each paper. So anyway, that's that's what I did on Friday. And then that night I actually follow Tara's method of putting together the rosettes. So what she does is she she gets the, what is it called? Sorry, it's too early in the morning. She gets the distress inks, or I guess you can use any ink, and then she gets like a little dauber. Like, these are really good. Like, I like using it because you can put it on your finger and then you have more control. So you just pick out a matching color, and then wherever, like, some of the paper, when it cuts, it makes it white because the core is white. It's not like colored all the way through. So when you get that, then it shows through, and then your image just looks more white. So that was happening on like this kind, so you can kind of see it's white. And so what I had to do is use the dauber with red to fill it in. So and then after that, then I go in with the stickles. So there's definitely a process, right? Because you have to, for me anyway, you cut the paper, you die cut everything, then you fold it, you glue it together to make the rosette, and then you have to like ink it and then stickle it. So excuse me. So when somebody gives you a rosette, you need to appreciate it because it's a lot of work. And then so yesterday I wanted to do all the stickles before I went to sleep, because then at least it's all dry. But I didn't finish because I was like super tired. I think it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. So I ended up doing half that night, and then I woke up the next morning and then I did the other half so that it had time to dry during the day. And then I was chatting with my friend, and then so while I was chatting with her, I was punching like all the heart centers or circle centers, and then that way they're kind of like ready to go. So my plan was I was gonna then do like decorate the rosettes, but I think I just ran out of gas because I was tired. Okay, so the other thing I want to talk about is when you make rosettes, I don't know how you guys do it, but I should have like looked at a sample is what I should have done. But in the past I have made some rosettes and I fold it the wrong way. So let me just show you what I mean. So like I wanted this side to show up, which it looks okay, but it kind of like bends upwards. So I think it was supposed to be this way instead. So I'm probably gonna end up not using it. I guess I could save it and then just put something over here and then use it on this side. But this is the junk side of the paper. Like when you cut it, it was like the back side. So I'm not sure. I just wanted to show you like that I had folded it the wrong way. Because even for this one, I wanted this side to be the top. But then, so this is like the wrong side of the paper. So I don't know, not happy with those. And then the other one that I messed up on is these kind of snowflakes. I folded it the wrong way, so it was looking more like this. And I guess this one doesn't matter as much as the other ones do, but I don't know. Like, so I folded it and then I had to refold it the other way. And then when I did that, it kind of messed it up a little. So anyway, I don't know. I'm just sharing with you my experience so that you like don't do the same thing as me. Okay, so I did make a bunch of different designs and I'm kind of happy because it's stuff that I haven't used before, so I want to just kind of show you what I did. So I did do, you kind of saw from what I had colored earlier and the die cuts that I'm going to use from Snow and Cocoa. So a lot of the colors are either pastel or it's like brights, and so I tried to stick to that, but I do have some things that are traditional red and green, so I did make a few red and green as well. I basically have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I guess 5 sets of dies that I used. So this is like the regular Tim Holtz, the large Rosette die, and then there's also like the smaller size. Oh no, that was not the same one, I'm sorry. This is the smaller size one. And this one comes with another one when you cut it. So you can cut 2 at the same time. So let me find the other one. Is it this one? It might be this one. No. Is it? Yeah, I think it's this one. I can tell because it has the hole. It's hard to see. Let me find another one. That's the same. Okay, it's like this one. So this one has like another set of holes. It's hard to see. I need to find like a solid one. Sorry, wasn't ready. Wasn't ready. Gosh, how come I can't find one now? Okay, well, when I find one, I'll let you know. I don't know why I can only find the pattern ones. Okay, this one you can see. So, oops. So it has like a little extra hole right there. So those are all the Tim Holtz ones that you can get. And it cuts the centers too. So you'll see some of the centers under here. But I just use a punch because that's easier for me. Because I don't want to have to like... if I want it like on glitter paper, I don't want to have to like run it through again through my die cutter. So anyway, so those are the 3 types on the Tim Holtz one. So these 2, you'll get it on the same pass. So that's kind of nice. And then this one is just 1. So I did that. And then I also did this one, and I think this one. This is the bigger size. Yeah. Okay, so these 3 are the it's a Sizzix die that I got from Urban Gems, which is Tara's store. And it's actually, like, I didn't think it would be long enough because I'm just used to using a 12-inch sheet strip. But this one, I remember I asked Tara because I bought the die from her and I was wondering if those 6x8 paper pads would work, and she said, oh yeah, she cuts it using that die. And I thought, oh, maybe it's gonna not be that like fluffy or like, I don't know, like tall, like enough pleats, but it works. So this is that die. So I guess each strip is like a certain width. So if you cut a 4-inch strip, you can cut the 3 at the same through one pass, which is what I like about that one. Sorry, I'm getting like all yuckies in my throat. So anyway, so I cut a lot from, well, not a lot. I cut some from the Santa Baby collection by Frank Garcia. So I will be using that. And then I also found some of the, I think it's Dolce. I don't know. People say it all different ways. So I always feel like I'm saying it wrong. But I think it's called Dolce, that paper line. Even though it's not Christmas, but it kind of goes with the same colors as the Santa baby. Excuse me. So I did use that. This one's also from that collection. And then the rest is just stuff that I grabbed from my scraps. And I just went through all my holiday paper. So that's, you'll be seeing some. I tried to grab like these are old Doodlebug, but they're bright colors. So I think that they'll match with some of the images. And then so were these. These are the old Doodlebug papers as well. So I got a lot of that. I did try to make some like solid ones, obviously, in different shades of pastel. The only color I didn't really cut was a lavender, so I gotta go back and maybe make a few more in lavender. And then I also made these. I think this is the first time that I'm making these snowflake rosettes, and I really love them. This is the other Tim Holtz die that I used, and it comes in 2 sizes, 2 or 3. I think it's 3. Yeah. Okay, so you get, this is one die, the large one. And it just looks so Christmassy. I love it. And then you, when you cut the other one, you get these 2 sizes. So this one has a little bit more roundy kind of a edge, and then this one is more pointy. So, and then this one looks a little smaller than this one. But it's nice to have different sizes because depending on what you're trying to do on your project. So I'm not gonna go through every single one because it's obviously a lot. I didn't even count how many I made. So it's just I just tried to make, like I said, I just went through all of my paper and I just cut the ones that I wanted to cut, and that's it. So I tried not to do like too much like pattern paper because sometimes that's a little distracting to the image and you want like the image to stand out. So, and sometimes it's just an accent, so sometimes the pattern paper is okay. I have a hard time pattern mixing. I think I've said that before. So, anyway, that's the reason why. But, okay, so I think that's all for this tray. And then last night, I was, oh, no, sorry. I have one more thing to share for that. So, as I was crafting with my friend, this is the only one that I made that I actually finished. And I think what happened was, as I was making the rosettes, and I think when I started trying to play with it to add this stuff on, I don't know, I just have a hard time layering. So like this was the best I could do. I just added the snowflake and then the bear. I did add thread. Like I was super proud of adding that. Like I never remember to add that kind of stuff, so I did add some thread. And then the little heart. And then I was like, should I add this? Should I add something else? So I might go back and just add like a word, but I have to see if I have any small like dies, like Christmas dies. I'm not sure if I have anything that'll fit on these, but anyway, so that's the one rosette that I finished. And I think it's because as I was playing with some of my images and putting on, it was really cute. It's gonna be cute. It's just that I think I should wait for till I'm working on the actual project, because then I can, like, I don't want to look and go, oh, why didn't I make a rosette, a red rosette with the mouse, or why didn't I make a pink one with the snowman or whatever. And I don't want to like not have that ability to do that because I had already pre-made them. I don't know if you understand that. So I think for now I'm gonna just leave those rosettes plain, but I did make one and I wanted to share that with you because I think it came out kind of cute. So they'll probably look something like this. But what I think I'm going to work on next before I work on the rosettes will be like, probably the paper ruffles, because then I can put the rosette on it and then add the embellishments, but everything's kind of ready. Understand? Yeah, you understand, right? Okay, so that's that one. And then last night, we were kind of in and out. You know, we always walk the dog every day and stuff. And right before we went out, I had saw... Well, I gotta go look to see who it was, but she posted a small tutorial on Instagram. I think it was Alondra. I think that's her name. And then she found another tutorial by Fizz Paper. I think that's the name of the channel. And she did these star rosettes, and I thought they were super cute, especially for Christmas. So I tried it out and it wasn't that hard, you guys. So you can totally make this. It's just you have to hand cut it yourself. So if you don't like doing that kind of stuff, then you might not like this project. But since I was already in the rosette making mood, I was like, okay, let's just do it. So what you have to do is you have to like, well, what I did was I cut the paper down to the 10.5-inch side, because no matter, she said no matter what size star you want, you have to have a 10.5-inch strip, which is good that she said that, because I would have totally made mine wrong. Because I didn't want it all this big size, but I did make a few just to see like what size she was talking about. So this is a 2-inch strip. So she said if you want a smaller star, you just make it the width smaller. But this is a nice size too, like for bigger projects. So this is 2 inches, and then so what I do is, because I wanted like 2 of each size that I was gonna try, this one is a 3/4 inch. So I just cut the strip down to 2 3/4 inch, and then I just scored everything. That way I didn't have to score it twice. That's the not the irritating part, but that's like the part that is like I just want to get it over with. So anyway, so I score the whole thing, and then I cut it down to the sizes I want. So I could have cut it to different sizes, but I just decided to stick with these. And then there's a method. So go to that. I'll try to link that Pop Fizz paper tutorial, where you have to cut the points out basically from the scored paper. And you need the score lines there so you'll know where to cut the points. I don't know if I'm making sense, but once you watch the video, you'll understand. And it wasn't that hard to do. So so I did make a few. Again, this is the first one I made, so it's a little wonky, but it's 3/4 inch width. So from here it's like 3/4 inch, and then again these are the 2-inch ones. So you could size it whatever size you want. I'm thinking maybe, well, you could layer it, but I'm thinking maybe like a 1.5-inch star might be a better size, because this is kind of big. But this is good for like tags or like decorating gift bags and stuff like that. So anyway, I made 3 just to see if I liked it and how easy it was. And it was pretty easy actually. It's the same method, right? You glue the 2 ends together, and then you put the glue down and you smash it down so that it makes the star shape. But I'm kind of a sucker for the smaller size, so if I make more, I'll probably make more of the smaller size, something in between these two. I think this is a little too small, and then I'll just add stuff on here. But anyway, that was kind of neat, to do something different and manually. Usually I have a die that I work with, but I know you can make your own, so I just thought I'd share it because it wasn't as hard as you think. It is a little bit more time consuming because you have to measure and cut each one, but I think it comes out super cute, so I'm kind of happy with it. Okay, so that is my project share for, what is it, Christmas in July 2020 PHA challenge, embellishment week. So at least I got one thing done, all the embellishments, and I want to also finish some paper, what are they called, paper ruffles, I keep getting them confused. And then I can't remember what, I wanted to make some bows, so we'll see how all of that goes. But if you are participating, I'd love to see what you're making, so if you can just leave a comment and let me know, so I'll go check out your channel as well. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.